Let's learn how to customize different modules available on TDox. We can then click on the menu icon, which will bring us to the main menu. Click on Forms. Remember that all the features we are going to see are not available on smartphones and tablets, as the web app has reduced functionalities on those devices. Here you can see all the forms we can create, modify or rename, by clicking on examples and selecting from the list the ones more appropriate to the operations we want to perform. Let's click on Quotation Form and then Confirm. Let's click on Back to the list. If we want more arrangements of the same module, we can clone it by clicking on the gear icon and then on Clone. This will automatically create an exact copy of the selected module. We can then start to modify the actual module. Here you will see two options: to create a new revision and show current revision. The first option allows you to modify the entire module and its different steps. The second option only allows you to see different steps and fields within the module without giving you the chance to edit anything. We can now click on Create Revision. Here we can see all steps that operators on fields will see and fill. To rename those steps, we can head to the right under Step Title. We can change the order of all steps by simply dragging them where we prefer them to be, or maybe adding a new step by clicking on Add. On each step, we can also change the order of all fields in the same way, by dragging them in different positions. If you want to rename a certain field, head over the right tag where under Label, we can insert the name we want displayed. Pressing Enter on your keyboard, we will see that the name changes on the related field. If we want to add a new field, all we have to do is to drag it from the bar at the bottom of the page. In case our operators on field should insert a customer ID, for example, we can insert a text box which will then be filled with a customer ID number. Let's then add it and rename it Customer ID by going under Label on the right tab. Regarding all other fields that can be inserted in our workflow, always from the footbar, we can see Checkbox, which has checkable fields, Date Picker, which allows us to choose a precise date and time, Photo Picker, which takes pictures through your operator's phone's camera, Barcode scanners barcodes through smartphone's camera, GPS Position collects coordinates with a simple click, Signature allows to electronically sign a document. Customer allows an operator to choose a certain customer within a list created from the master data, which you can access from the main menu. Product allows an operator to choose within a drop-down menu one or more products between those inserted in the product's master data. List allows an operator to choose within a menu specific items useful, for example, to list all items which have been used during an operation. Categories list, which allows us to create groups within customers and product master data. For example, we can create address zones for customers and item types for products. Label is useful to bring to the attention of our operators relevant information. This option will add a message not editable by the operator, which will provide him with specific information. Custom Table Selector is a filter on custom tables to show more specific data, and PDF Preview shows the PDF on the form. We have to remember that those insertable fields can be set as mandatory in order to avoid omissions of information on field. In order to set a field as mandatory, all we have to do is check the option Mandatory on the right tab. If our operators leave these fields empty, they will receive a warning message. We can also set a step to be repeated. This will allow to add a repeated list of the fields inserted in the step. This option is recommended, for example, for listing items used during an operation. Once we added all fields we wanted, we can click on Save and go to PDF Designer in order to see how the PDF document automatically generated upon data collection will look like and eventually edit it. This is the layout our quotation form will have each time it has been filled by operators on fields. We can add the logo of our company in the top left corner by clicking on it and clicking then on the magnifying glass icon under Image Source on the right tab. In order to add fields previously inserted like the customer ID, we can click on the smartphone icon on the bottom left bar. This will open a list of all fields included in our workflow. Search for customer ID and click on it. This will add this option to the document. We can then drag customer ID where we want it to be. We can then click Save and Close. We will go into details about document creation in the next video. Once clicked on Save and Close, we will then have to click on Publish. In order to choose which operator will be able to see it, we will have to click on Visibility and move to the right all operators we want to see our module. We can also make it visible to all operators by clicking on Visible to all internal users. In order to save changes, remember to hit a Save button. What we have to do now is to remind our operators to update their app by tapping the icon on the top right corner and then on Synchronize. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on LinkedIn for future updates. If you have any questions, contact us on info@mightydocs.com or leave a comment.